know they have out somewhere. The people call here today saying after 47 years, they got to open it somewhere.
What do you think of this place?
No, I should put it like...
Needs anywhere. We do. We put the cheese down first. We use provolone. Slice the provolone, put the provolone down first, put the sauce on top, put the toppings on top. We bake them in these black pans. There's one size, 6 slices. That's what this feeds. We don't make big or small ones. But the crust bakes up real crisp, real fast because of the black pan, with the cheese being right down at the bottom. It's also chewy too, so you get the best of both worlds.
Do you need shots of ordinary people doing things for your next commercial? We got that B-roll.
We got that B-roll.
2 men pointing at an office file? We got that B-roll. Bored man flipping through channels? We got that B-roll. Angry man in traffic? Yeah, we got that B-roll. What do you want him to wear? Casual? Upscale casual? Business? We got that B-roll. Why does he look so upset? Maybe he's late for work. Nope, he's at work. He's a B-roll actor. Happy couple walking on the beach? We got that B-roll. Want that happy couple to kiss? No problem. Want him to get a little fresh with the lady? Done. Hey, you two, cut it out and stare at the ocean so I can get B-roll of that. That's better. What a nice view of the ocean. That's B-roll of the ocean. Think that's all the B-roll we got? Not even close. Overwhelmed man trying to pay bills? Yeah, we got it. Frustrated man looking for a job in the paper? You know we got it. And lunch meeting success. Hey, look, that's me. I like my B-roll so much I'm in it. Kirk Gibson hitting a game-winning home run in the '88 World Series. No! That's too specific. That is not B-roll. Doctor talking to smiling patient. We got that B-roll. Man having trouble sleeping. Got it. What's his problem? He doesn't like being in B-roll? I was just in some B-roll and I loved it. The sneezer, backache, headache, and depressed woman touching a wall. Why is she touching the wall? I don't know. That's what depressed people do, right? Don't judge the B-roll. Listen, we got all that B-roll and thousands more. So come on down to our B-roll warehouse. Just kidding. That's B-roll. I fooled you, see? That's how good our B-roll is. We got that B-roll.
We got that B-roll.
You know we do.
To order your B-roll, call 1-800-BBB-ROLL. That's 1-800-BBB-ROLL. Call now.
But you know, it's all in the water. You can trust this people. You got it from I know. It's really something different. When you're gonna big pot of the spaghetti sauce here, over here.
Since as early as 1955, the building located at 1000 Her Street in Harrisburg has been known to local residents.
We have noticed that over the years, many changes have been taking place in the Harrisburg area. We have the improvement of the riverfront and the restoration of the Capitol building. However, we found one thing that remains the same.
Since as early as 1955, the building located at 1000 Harris Street in Harrisburg has been known to local residents as the Subway.
Be the greatest, you can be the best.
Good morning, Big Spring. My name is Lydia George, and I'm bringing you a news broadcast about how kids in our school would describe their life. Good Morning America did a television broadcast called Your 3 Words. Viewers told the show what inspires them in a mere 3 words, and it's been going on for the past 4 years, where they send videos in that describe their life in 3 words. But one day in September, they did an around-the-globe version. Take a look.
Hey there, Big Spring. I'm Matt Day, and I'm here to share a little message about concussions with you all.
Oh, hello. I was just practicing for a game of Ninja, honing my skills. What's that? You don't know what ninja is? No, I'm not referring to the warriors of feudal Japan. I'm referring to the game popular at Big Spring. Well, I better show you how to play. It's important. I'm Nick Haase, and this is your Channel 3 News, the only news team with exclusive ninja coverage.
King Kong banging on your chest.
We have noticed that over the years, many changes have been taking place in the Harrisburg area. We have the improvement of the riverfront and the restoration of the Capitol building. However, we found one thing that remains the same.
Since as early as 1955, the building located at 1000 Hearst Street in Harrisburg has been known to local residents as the Subway. But not because it was to be the site of Harrisburg's own subway system. The building was originally named for the train overpass nearby that caused vehicles to dip underneath, thus creating the illusion of entering a subway. Admittedly, it was a strange name to adopt for a bar, but a name that has been associated with the building for over 51 years. The Subway bar was sold in 1948, but the name was never changed.
It's ironic that when the new owners, Liana and Donato Giusti, purchased the old bar, that neither one of them had ever been in a bar in the U.S. prior to that. Both were natives of Italy, where bars such as ours did not exist, and although their closest comparison was that of an Italian cafe, the Giustis fell in love with the place and decided to adopt the Subway name as well. They had high hopes of turning it into a successful Italian eatery and pizzeria. They not only accomplished that, but also introduced a Harrisburg landmark along the way.
They get pop stuff with spaghetti sauce here, over here.
Yeah, all the food comes out of here. We get like, Friday nights we'll have 3 or 4 people back here working, and as you can see it's a little small. We work real hard back here now, put out good product. Pizza's our mainstay, that's what's been keeping us in business. People come in and tell me that they've eaten here 30, 40 years ago, and the food hasn't changed at all. And not many businesses have been open for 30 or 40 years, much less run by the same company, and can still say that the food hasn't changed in 30 or 40 years.
40 years.
Yeah.
47.
Yeah. So, that's one of the other things going, we're consistent. People, like I said, families have been coming here for generations, their kids grew up here, now they have kids and they're bringing their kids in here. And we're hoping it continues. Pizza here is unique. It's unlike any other pizza anywhere. We put the cheese down first. We use provolone, slice of provolone, put the provolone down first, put the sauce on top, put the toppings on top. We bake them in these flat pans. When it's one size, 6 slices, that's what this feeds. We don't make big or small ones. But the crust bakes up real crisp, real fast because of the black pan, with the cheese being right down at the bottom. It's also chewy too, so you get the best of both worlds. This is the other thing we're known for. Back, a couple years back, us, Subway Cafe, and Harry's up on the hill were the only people who had fish bowls. Now it's like everybody's getting fish bowls. Every place you go, they got big glasses, they got fish bowls and stuff. A couple years back, us and Harry's were the only ones who had just fish bowls of beer. These are 32 ounce. They used to be 24 ounce. We got 32s now though, but that's a big deal. Some nights I'll have all the bowls out. Everybody comes down here with fish bowls. So, but yeah, the pizza and fish bowls are and Liana, I guess, are what made this place.
Hundreds of people, somewhere between 350 and 500, depending upon the week, stop by the Subway.
Okay, Subway Cafe, well basically it rules. It's the top spot in Harrisburg. I like it, and I'm going to come here tomorrow too.
With their slices of pizza, customers also get a slice of Harrisburg history in an atmosphere that combines the best of an old-time neighborhood bar with the feeling of sitting at someone's dining room table for a Sunday repast. It's that kind of place.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. You could beat the world, you could beat the war, you could talk the...
The American culture is often geared toward athletic activities. This can be seen through the amount of support given to high school athletics. But what about the students involved in the fine arts?
Many of these people feel that they receive less support from administration and students than the athletes do.
I think a lot of students support the sports mainly because that's what they know and that's what they've been taught is the cool thing to do.
But is this a byproduct of our culture? Newspapers and TV news often show us the importance of sporting events, and this is reflected through the community.
You might have 5 or 6 people who are highly motivated students who get national recognition, and yet if your football team goes 0-10, people in the community think there's something wrong with your school. So what's that tell you about our culture? Our culture is sports crazy.
Perhaps this says that our culture does not fully appreciate the fine arts.
I don't think it's necessarily lower Dauphin per se. I think it's a cultural thing we have in this country. I think the athletics just get more support.
Even today, children are brought up more aware of athletics and athletic fame.
I think students are more sports oriented. I mean, it starts as, ever since you're young, your dad will take you out, buy a baseball glove, football. It's just part of the American way.
Generally, the lack of appreciation leads to smaller crowds at events such as choral and instrumental concerts, plays, and Music Honor Society recitals. To increase the size of these crowds, the community needs to understand that the arts shape our children's future just as much as the athletics do. For News 101, I'm Angela Schneider from...
I go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks.
This summer, there was a big decision made about a club called the Gay Straight Alliance.
The GSA is a safe haven, mostly, for any questioning student, LGBT, gay, lesbian, transgender, bi, even straight students to come and feel like it's a place where they can feel wanted, happy, anything. It's mostly a safe haven, but also the club is designed to fight bullying, discrimination, violence in schools, and to have a school come together and accept each other for their differences and come as one.
Hundreds of Newville area residents came out on August 6th to see what decision the Big Spring School Board would make about the new Gay Straight Alliance Club.
With a 4-3 vote, the school board decided to accept the club's application. This vote came only after more than 20 people spoke either for or against the club.
You must send the world a message that the Big Spring family, that every individual is accepted and welcomed as long as they continue to support the harmony and fellowship that blossoms in this community. Here we celebrate diversity and cherish our differences. For a quilt made of one patch is a quilt not bought.
Is to make students understand that to be successful in this world, to be happy in this world, and to be safe in this sometimes chaotic world, we must do more than simply coexist with one another.
Tragically, there are groups today who want to deviate from what education should be. They want to infiltrate, intimidate, and impose their corrupt ways in the public school system.
After listening intently, the board reached their decision. Some members of the audience were happy, and some were not.
I hope after tonight that people understand that the meaning behind this club is not for any hidden agendas. It's for kids to feel safe and feel like they have a home inside school.
I feel this is a very important issue, and if there is a promotion of the homosexual lifestyle, it will tend to break down Christian morality in the community, both in the heterosexual community as well as anyone else. It affects all parties who live in the community.
As you can see by the size of this prayer circle, the interest in this issue was immense. So immense that it caught the attention of local news organizations.
Well, the Big Spring School District in Newville made a big decision tonight, voting to approve an application for an official Gay Straight Alliance Club at the high school.
Most of the interest was solicited through 2 different Facebook pages.
So we began by a Facebook group, and I think in this new age and society that Facebook's a really good tool when you're working with grassroots organizations like this, the grassroots movement. So once word of mouth goes on Facebook, and now Facebook blows up, it was really easy to attract people of all kinds of ages on Facebook to the event.
At the end of the day, the vote was a yes, and the GSA will be an official club for the 2012-2013 school year.
My first step is, after the vote, is to pray.
Reporting for the Channel 3 News, this is Angela Schneider.